Hello everyone, I'm bringing you a video today which is in a format which I've not used for a while now, and that's having a look at the contents of the display cabinet in my front room. The top shelf of this, I tend to rotate the contents, change the contents there fairly frequently, and there's always a bit of a theme, and the kit that's in there at the moment, or the items on display, are Gulf War era small kit and personal items. So I thought it would be worth making one of these videos. I haven't made one for a while, and we're going to have a look at the contents of the top shelf of the display cabinet now. So as is typical for these videos looking at cabinet contents, this is handheld, so the footage will be a little bit shakier than usual. Obviously I normally use a tripod for other videos, for other types of video, but obviously looking in the cabinet we tend to do it handheld because it's a lot more flexible in terms of looking at the content, so just bear with any shakiness please. Starting on the left hand side here, sort of collect together some ration and some from NAAFI items here, or one example of an item purchased from the NAAFI, available from the NAAFI in the Gulf. And obviously we have some of the contents of a ration pack here, with the half pint soup, mulligatawny there as you can see, and we've got instant muesli there as well, instant tea, and then this is in the foreground mashed potato powder, and obviously a spoon behind there as well to sort of fit in with that. Obviously at the back there, the soup and the muesli are inside a 1958 pattern cup. And on the left we have an interesting item, or an item I find interesting, which is a Pepsi can, a period Pepsi can. And the top of this is actually intact, which is quite nice. The Pepsi's been let out of the bottom, and you can see we have the English Pepsi on this side, but then Arabic script on this side. And this is typical of locally purchased items which were sold in the NAAFI. And out in the Gulf they were able to purchase a lot of Western products locally, and that made a great deal of sense of course. And then finishing off the ration items here we have, I think, can't quite read this from here, is that bacon grill, tin of bacon grill there as you can see. And at the back there, to complement the cup, we have the 1958 pattern water bottle, and this has of course the S10 drinking tube cap on there, something covered in a recent video, so again this quite nicely ties in with that, at least in some of the details we're looking at. Next thing along is a wash kit, and these are a few items laid out on a green flannel, and this is just a private purchase item but in a sort of suitable shade of green. And then we have shaving, some other shaving bits and soap at the back there. So we'll sort of work left to right and front to back, or back to front, whichever way I end up doing this as we talk through these items. Left at the back, of course, we have a shaving brush, and just to the right of that we have the shaving stick, a stick of shaving soap. Just in front of them we have a comb, and just to the right of that toothpaste, a period tube, a small tube of Colgate toothpaste, and just to the right of that again we have a toothbrush, again a period toothbrush. And then going right to the back we have the soap dish with a bar of soap in there, just a generic plastic soap dish of the period. And then the final item to the right on the flannel is a Gillette razor, again of a type typical at the time, and I think some regiments actually specified razors, and this is certainly one of the examples which I've seen mention of, well, people have mentioned in the comment section previously when looking at razors, that this particular pattern of Gillette razor was an approved pattern in certain regiments, so we have that there. Moving to the right, in the foreground here, we have a couple of Bic biro pens, of course ubiquitous at the time, quite commonly seen in the pen pockets on the combat uniform. And underneath these we have several blueies, which is, these particular items have turned up in a video previously on the channel. I've talked about them in detail and we've had a look at them in detail. So we have the three of those there displayed. And just behind them, or just to the rear of those, you have a joint services dressing, a small joint services dressing. It's actually dated 78, but certainly something that would have been issued in the Gulf at the time. And then moving to the right, and we'll start in the foreground and work back again, we have a set of ID discs which are held together with a piece of clear plastic tubing wrapped around them so they don't rattle. Sometimes you'd see a plastic sheath over the chain as well, or a piece of nylon bootlace with the core removed, a piece of nylon paracord or bootlace with the centre removed and slipped over the chain to deaden the sound. But a set of those there, they're unmarked, they don't have any details stamped on them unfortunately, but sort of period correct in the way they've been set up with that piece of plastic tubing around them to keep them together. And then behind that we have quite a distinctive item, the Trimble Trim Pack GPS unit there, which is again something we've covered in detail on the channel previously. And then behind that we have something to sort of again fit in with the MBC side of things. Obviously we've got the water bottle with the cap, the drinking tube cap, which we've mentioned already. At the back we have the facelet with the which is still in its original packaging, just to the left there, and then to the right of that the head harness in its own separate packet, just to the right of that there. And of course these are seen used by troops clearing up after the end of hostilities, certainly removing dead bodies and so forth from the highway of death. You do see the facelet in use during that time. I had originally added a copy of Soldier magazine at the back, but that kept flopping over, so I don't have that in here at the moment. So it's a fairly Spartan display, but just interesting smaller bits of Gulf War kit. And as I say, this will get rotated again at some point. It's been in the cabinet for a little while now prior to making the video, so it's about time there's a change. So there may well be another one of these in the not too distant future when I decide to swap these contents out for something else. So yep, that's it. Just a quick look over these Gulf War era items in the display cabinet. So I hope you found it interesting looking at this. Just an assortment of bits and pieces there really that make up what I think is something of an aesthetic display. I think this is sort of the most modern set of bits and pieces, or collection of bits and pieces I've had in there to date. Previously I've had sort of 50s displays, national service, that sort of thing. It was previously a much smaller display cabinet with much fewer items, far fewer items on display. So it's nice. This is one I've inherited from my grandparents, and there's plenty of space in it on the 3 shelves in there to display all sorts of bits and pieces. And I say it's the top shelf, which tends to change fairly frequently, and that's the one we tend to have a look at in these videos. So when it changes again, no doubt be another video looking at what I have on display then. But for this video, that's basically it. I do hope you found it interesting. As I say, if you have and you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And whether you're newly subscribing or you've previously subscribed, please do make sure you hit the little bell, the notification button down below. That will of course alert you when I upload future videos. If you really like my uploads and would like to support the channel, you can. Both Patreon and PayPal are linked down below. And as I always say, a huge thank you to everybody who supports the channel using those 2 methods. It really is greatly appreciated, and I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you all very much indeed. If you'd like to follow the channel on social media, you can. Facebook, Instagram and Twitter are all linked in the description, and you'll also find an email address down there to get in touch with me if you don't really use social media. That's everything for this video, so until next time, bye for now.